Who would have thought they would have put this narrative in a movie? What is up, folks? Yes, I am interrupting this. I'm putting my own commercial in here because if they don't want to put ads on my content, I'll come up with my own ad. And with that being said, you can purchase stuff from off of this channel. If you look below, like if you're on a phone or if you're like on a computer, if you scroll down, you're going to see like things from Teesprings. You'll see masks, you'll see t-shirts, you'll see mugs, you'll see hoodies, and much more. If you go there and purchase that, I would really, really appreciate that. Only if you want to. Y'all know who I am. I'm not a good salesman, but if you wish to support me in another direction, in another way, you can purchase things off of that website right there through Teespring. All right. I really appreciate it, folks. Back to business. All right. So the reason why I'm doing this right here, folks, is because this is just to call attention to, like I said, you have to read between the lines of certain things. You have to be careful of what you're getting yourself into before you do it. I fell victim to a lot of things like that, especially among a lot of religious denominations where they made me feel good about being a part of it. Gangs do the same thing. They make you feel good about being a part of them. And once you get in and they can sense that you have given yourself over to them, it's almost like they have power over you in some kind of way. Anyway, I'm saying all that because what I'm getting ready to talk to you guys about right now, I want you to be able to see it for what it is. Because a lot of times whenever someone tells you something, you assume that they mean one thing when they don't. Okay? So look, for some of you guys is going to get mad and want to keep on saying that I'm bashing this organization. No, I'm telling you what the organization is saying about themselves. I can't for the life of me understand how, if you guys follow this channel, if you get on there and somebody made a video and said, MRM is a musician, MRM is a father, MRM is, a minister, MRM gives advice on his channel. MRM is a comedian. If you guys do that, why should the video be demonetized or anything like that? Because you guys are actually saying what I am, and my channel is showing you exactly who and what I am. Y'all get what I'm saying? So how is it that you repeating what I'm saying out of my mouth gets your channel not your channel, but get certain videos demonetized if they don't put ads on it? So anyway, my point in saying that is this. When I showed the video of the lady from the BLM organization saying that they're Marxists, how is that reflected on me? I'm not the one that said it. She said it. Now, because she said it, I can go back and say, look, this is what she said, if y'all see what I'm saying. She said this, not me. So anyway, what I'm saying is for is that it brings some attention has been brought to mind, and somebody brought something to my attention, better yet. There we go. And there was a part of a live virtual performance, a prayer for the runner that the Fowler Museum at the UCLA hosted on Saturday. Okay. So the event was organized in May before the police killing of Taylor and Floyd energized the nation to glow protest. Okay. So Bianca Collins, curator Bianca Collins put in offer space for healing after the unarmed Arbery was shot to death while out for a run in Georgia. Y'all need to look up all the facts and all the things that surround these different folks that they're naming off here for one. Anyway, okay, with that being said, I'm bringing y'all attention to something that just kind of jumped out at me, okay? It said the performance was to mourn the lives of the 3 victims and others, as well as honor the power of an uprising that has denounced police brutality and called on cities nationwide to defund the police departments. Okay, now, after the performance, Melina Abdullah and co-founder Black Lives Matter Los Angeles joined Coolers in a discussion that touched on the role that spirituality and prayer has played in the movement. Pay close attention to this, because when you see people say things like the role that spirituality and prayer has played in this movement, a lot of folks that are following them instantly assume that they're talking about Christ's ways. Because if you grew up around a church, you hear people say prayer, you or mine instantly think you're talking about praying to God, praying to Jesus. When you hear about spirituality, you think they're talking about the Holy Spirit. This is not my words. This is theirs, folks. Okay. Okay. It says that this after the performance, Melania Abdullah and co-founder, but I said that already. Okay. Played. They said that this spirituality and prayer plays a movement in this. Now, this is their quote. Her quote. It says, part of our calling as people who do this work for Black Lives Matter is to lift our people up, both in their living, but also in their death, Culler said. The need to lift our folks up feels so incredibly spirit driven for me. Now, before I go into that, the rest of this, how are you lifting people up? I'm asking, how are you lifting people up when it only matters if they get killed by a white person or a police officer? Because I'm just telling y'all, I'm gonna go more into it, but I have not heard y'all mention one name of the people that got killed in Chicago and Baltimore. None of the people that got killed in Minneapolis. None of the people got killed in all these areas this shooting and stuff has been going on. Okay, so anyway, you lift them up once they've been dead by a police officer or by a white person, and it's been filmed on camera to push a certain narrative. Anyway, with that being said, I'm moving on. It says uplifting the names of victims goes beyond creating hashtags, Culler said. Colors, I don't know, her name is Cull. Colors said. She said it is literally almost resurrecting a spirit so they can work through us to get the work that we need to get done. She said, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I told y'all before I even seen this right here, it does not matter. When you are in the kingdom of God, the Bible says things like we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirit. It said, but against principalities, against rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay. I told y'all that it's founded on evil. God's is either right or it's wrong. I told y'all before even knowing this and what I'm going to finish reading, it is founded on evil. I told y'all that the thing that is driving them is Nephilim angels. I'm not talking about God's angels. I'm talking about angels that have been cast out of heaven that's here on earth. I told y'all that these people are working with these spirits. I told y'all. Now, her words, not mine. It said it says it is literally almost resurrecting a spirit. It is a spirit, resurrecting a spirit so they can work through us to get the work that they need to get done. She said. Her words said resurrecting the spirit, not mine. She said this. What spirit are we talking about? Because here's the thing. Once you're dead, you're dead. Period. The Bible said it is appointed for man to die once, and after that, the judgment. There is no your spirit coming back or, you being haunted. It's not, folks. Folks get mad at me because I say this. Like, well, how is it that somebody was able to tell me what my mom X, Y, and Z? Because here's the thing. When you're born, there is a spirit that follows you around your whole life. That's why it knows what you like, what you don't like. That's why it knows what to tempt you with and not what to tempt you with. Because it's been there with you your whole life. You think those cartoons illustrations that you've seen as a child or even on cartoons were lying? You show a devil on this side and an angel on this side, one trying to influence you to do good, one trying to influence you to do bad. You say things like a guardian angel. You don't think there's a guardian fallen angel? I know we want to call them demons and devils, but I'm going to call them what they are too, fallen angels. Okay, so anyway, again, I'm going to read that because it's not sinking in to some folks. She said it is literally almost resurrecting a spirit so they can work through us to get the work that we need to get done. So then you have to ask yourself, whatever this work is that they're getting done, take a look at it, guys. Do you see love? Do you see righteousness? Do you see peace? Do you see joy? Do you see what Christ did? Going around and helping people, not going around and encouraging people to destroy stuff, not going around and telling people rob stores, rob this, tear stuff up because you get your reparations. Do you see that? Okay, so what is these spirits having them get done? I didn't say that. She said it. Resurrecting the spirit. Okay, anyway. Okay. She also said this. It said colors touched on West African traditions that center on remembering ancestors. She said, I feel like part of the story in building Black Lives Matter was about remembering our people, not based off of white supremacist memory, which would be about slandering them and putting their names in the newspaper and showing their mugshots. She said, but instead remembering them from the place that their mothers and their fathers and their family would want us to remember them in. So what you're saying is this. That's what I'm saying. Be careful, folks. She's pretty much saying Don't remember these people. Like when they die, don't remember them for the crimes and stuff that they committed. Don't remember them for all the bad things that they've done. But just think about them. How most parents gonna see their children from the standpoint of how they raise them. Oh, he was a good kid. He was great. That's why when you go to a funeral, most people have good things to say about the person that died, because the mother's gonna remember. I remember when I first held him. I remember I remember my baby would almost do this. He would always. But nobody usually go to a funeral and want to talk bad about the person that died. They usually don't. Now, I told my family before about something that happened. They know one of our family members got killed robbing somebody. And I was like, I hate that he's dead, but what you expect? Don't ask me to come and speak at his funeral. No, don't come and ask me to speak at his funeral, because I'm going to say, this is what happens when you try to rob people. He did it. My cousin robbed people a lot. It was known. And he ran up on the wrong person and got a hole blown in his chest. I hate that he died. Really fun person to be around, but he was a thug. He was a gangster. The dude robbed people, got killed robbing somebody. I'm not supposed to sit there and just say, I'll just remember him how the mama going to remember him. No, I'm going to remember him for the acts that he did, which led up to his death, which was being a thug, being a robber. That's what he did. He got a hole blown in his chest. Don't even lie to yourself like that. So what I'm saying is this. It's like, and I like how she tried to twist it and throw how a white supremacist would remember. It's almost like, so if you do remember a person for the bad things they done, even if they died in the line of doing something bad, if you think about remembering them for those bad things that they did that led up to their death, you have a white supremacist mind. That is absolutely ridiculous. Don't fall for this stuff like that. And that's what she said, not based off of a white supremacist memory, which would be about slandering them and putting their names in the newspaper and showing their mug shots. That's what they do with criminals. There's been tons of people that have died, good people. They got a little bitty square in an obituary. But if you're dying as a criminal in the line of killing somebody, in the line of raping somebody, don't know. Come on now, y'all. I'm telling y'all, you need to be careful. These are not my words. This is y'all. Most people, people that follow Black Lives, this is your leader saying this. You're going to get mad at me for me repeating what your leader is saying. Otherwise, what other way you going to see it? Because I would love that. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm getting something set up to where y'all will be able to call in, and I'd like to hear from y'all and actually talk to y'all. Okay. I'm working on that, because I really want to talk to people to see where these people's minds are coming from. It's one of two things. Either people are really confused and they're trying to get to the truth of the matter because they have goodness in their heart and they just want the truth, even though they are for this, or there's people out there who know for a fact that you are driven and you are, being influenced by spiritual wickedness, plain and simple. I'm telling y'all, that's what I'm saying. So now, here's the thing. A lot of people that's part of this was sitting there talking about me. So you praying to this fake God of yours. You praying to this freaking thing that doesn't even exist. You're praying to but then your leader, Black Lives Matter leader right here, is sat there and told you resurrecting the spirit. Okay, let me move on. Okay. It did have something to tell me how she grew up a Jehovah's Witness, but she didn't feel like she belonged there, okay? So it says this. As a part of the ritual, people recited the names of those taken by the state violence before their time. This said that this is her words. Those taken by state violence before their time. I got to pause for a second, guys. I got a call right here. I'll be right back. So again, she said, as part of the ritual, people recited the names of those taken by state violence before their time. Ancestors now being called back to animate their own justice. Y'all, you see, that's what I'm saying. You have to catch this. Ancestors now being called back to animate their own justice. Their own justice. What ancestors are we talking about? You can't be talking about the ancestors of slavery. You can't be talking about them, because as slavery was starting to end, our real ancestors, they started fighting for civil rights, right? They led all the way up to the point that we got Martin Luther King there. Civil rights. What ancestors are we talking about way back in Africa? Because if that's the case, ancestors in Africa don't know anything about America. If that's the case, ancestors in Africa will be going after the Africans that sold other Africans into slavery. Talk about that. So what are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. When you hear stuff like this, you really have to think about this stuff, folks, because people can be really, really slick and deceitful. Our ancestors fighting for their own justice. Some spirits coming back fighting for their own justice. Y'all think about that. Spirits are coming back, working with Black Lives Matter to fight for the ancestor spiritual spirits justice. What justice they gonna get? Ancestors that have died and passed away, whether it's horrendously or naturally, whatever the case may be, are not even thinking about us. They can't be. They're in their place with God, or y'all know where the other place is. So anyway, I'm not the one saying this. This is her saying this, folks. So I hope y'all starting to catch on to what Black Lives Matter really all entails. Does this seem like it's starting to sound like its own religion? It seems like it's its own party. It's its own entity. So, okay, anyway, I know I'm going to keep on repeating because it's going to need to sink in. As part of the ritual, people recited the names of those taken by the state, those that are taken by state violence before their time. So then why aren't we talking about every black person that's killed every day? Why are we remembering and talking about every black person that's killed every day? Y'all not even addressing the little girl that got shot in the neck, little kid that got killed. Y'all not addressing any of those things. Y'all want to sit up there. I mean, it's so funny to me that you will sit there and say, what about like the guy yesterday? Oh, yeah, I imitate. I'm not making fun. I'm just imitating. You know, what about our reparations? Like, we have so many people of ours. We up here getting killed. We were pulled out of our homes. Our wives were raped. Our churches burnt. You saying all that, but you ain't saying nothing about the ones that's being molested right now. You're not saying nothing about the ones that's being killed right now. What about ours? That's what I'm saying. You need to really realize that these people don't give 2 cents about black lives for real. Not at all. They are on an agenda that's spiritually led by evil forces. Yeah, y'all see that? Look, you don't even want me to say nothing now. They're spiritually being led. They are being spiritually led by evil forces. Ancestors, I doubt it. No, absolutely not. Those are fallen angels that's working with them, plain and simple. Okay, now, let me move on. After each name, Abdullah poured libations on the ground as the group in return chanted AAC or AAC, A-S-E, AAC. Okay? The Yoruba term is often used by practitioners of Ifa, a faith of divination system that originated in West Africa. So now that you join this organization, you are not even knowing that this organization is being spiritually led. But when you hear spirit, you thinking about God. No, they're not talking about God. They said nothing about Jesus at all. She didn't even say God at all. Okay? She said spiritual ancestors, which we know when you die, it's over. There ain't no you coming back. And what I was going to say, a lot of folks get mad at me because they're like, well, no, that's not true. I already said that. I'm sorry. Let me move on. Yeah, I get excited when I talk about this stuff. Y'all, I'm not even upset because some folks are like, dang, dude, no, I get it. I love this. I absolutely love this because I really feel like it helps people to really see between the lines and understand what they're getting themselves into. That's why when it comes to things like what I do on my channel, there is no agenda. I mean, you're going to see what I do in my actions. You're going to see it played out. And my acts that I do and the actions that I do towards people that's on this channel, towards people that's out in the world, people that I publicly speak to, people that I mentor, PTSD soldiers, they're going to see an ongoing thing. I never change. I remain who I am. There's no, oh, now that I got y'all, now. Nuh-uh. So anyway, Abdullah on Saturday said it took her almost a year before she realized Black Lives Matter was much more than a racial and social justice movement. She said at its core, it's a spiritual movement. To color, she wouldn't be able, she said this, she said she wouldn't be able to do this without spiritual practice. That's what she said. So folks, what more do y'all want? I told y'all, folks want to try to debunk me. Oh, dude, you just always want to talk about, why you always want to bring up spiritual stuff? This has nothing to do with spirits. This had everything to do with, she sat there and said at its core, not me, her words, folks, do they want to see it? I mean, do they, I guess people just think I'm lying. You want to see it? Look, see, that's even her right there. Look at that. That's her. At its core, it is a spiritual movement. What kind of spiritual movement? What spirits are driving them? At its core. And I told y'all, when you say core, that means the center being, the very thing that drives it, okay? And I said it before in my old videos, did I not? Did I not say that Black Lives Matter is founded on the foundation of evil? I said that. And folks want to come at me and cuss me out, call me all kind of stuff. She said this. Now you need to go ask. So now, this very thing she talking about, Arsi, she, It is a West African philosophical concept through which Yoruba, Nigeria conceived the power to make things happen and produce change. It is given by Aladumer, to everything, gods, ancestors, spirits, human, animals, plants, rocks, rivers, and voiced words such as song, prayers, praises, curses, or even everyday conversation. Existence, according to Yoruba thought, is dependent upon it. In addition to its sacred characteristics, Aesi or Asi also has important social ramifications reflected in this translation as power, authority, command. A person who, through training, experience, and initiation, learns how to use the essential life force of things to willfully effect change is called Aesi. Rituals to invoke divine forces. The same concern for autonomous Aesi, however you say it, particular entities. Y'all know what look up what an entity is. Look up what an entity is. For autonomous ASC of a particular entity. Look it up, okay? The recognition of the uniqueness of autonomy of the ASC or persons and gods is what structures society, its relationship with the other world. What has the other world ever been associated with, folks? What has the other world ever been associated with? Underworld, otherworld. It always been associated with dark forces. Otherworld, if you look up movies, unless I'm wrong, I haven't seen them yet, but otherworld has always been associated with evil. Look at anyway, yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this. Let me see if there's something else in there. If I need to y'all know I usually don't do this. Let's see. The concept they see influences how many Yoruba arts are composed, and visual arts design, many segmented array, discontinuous, okay, units, prescribed order, interchangeable, attention to discrete units. Okay. It's talking about the art. Okay. The head as its site. It said the head or ori is vested with great importance in Yoruba art and thought. When portrayed in sculpture, the size of the head is often represented as 4 or 5 times its normal size in relation to the body, in order to convey that it is the site of a person's aesi or asi, and as well as his or her essential nature. The Yoruba distinguishes between the exterior and the inner. Adi is the physical appearance of a person, which may either reveal, okay, still talking about that. The head also links a person to the other world. The other world, folks. I'm telling you. So you can look this up. It's on Wikipedia or whatever like that. Look up what those Western African tribes do. And we do know that that's why a lot of times, folks get mad when people, missionaries go over there and preach the gospel. A lot of African folks have been saved through the gospel of Jesus Christ, the good news, and did not know that they were being influenced by spiritual. If you've never been to a third world country or something like that, Jamaica, Jamaica got some voodoo out of this world. I'm telling you, Africa got voodoo, and I'm pretty sure, they got their own rituals and stuff that they do, but even Jamaica, being descendants of Africans as well, they got voodoo. Folks, whether you want to believe it or not, it's completely up to you. I never once ever forced my spiritual foundation on anybody. If people ask me, how did you become like you are? What made you turn into the young man that you are? I can't lie. I have to tell you how. But never once I ever came to any of you and tried to say, I don't do that. Even right now, I'm not going to do that. All I'm saying is this. Christ never, those that are in Christ are never about trying to, number one, force you to do anything. Number two, especially carry out violent acts and calling it righteous. 3, never lie. Well, you got some pastors that know we do, then that they're not of Christ. I'm sorry, they are fake. I'm being flat out real. I'm calling them out as well. They are being fake. Look what the actions all entail, folks. Look what they're doing. Look what they're saying. Look how they carry themselves. Look at the results. There should not be any of no hatred, trying to call out another group and call them this and telling people to give us reparations and demand this and demand that and inciting violence and don't even speak up about the violence. But then yet you want to speak up about violence when it is a white person killing a black person, a police officer killing a black person, but you don't want to speak about the violence of black people killing black people. If y'all don't understand what's going on in the end game, black folks, I'm just trying to tell y'all straight up. You are going to be trodden on and forgotten, because guess what? Black people is the biggest threat to black people. And now with this going on, it just caused even more division amongst black people, because you got people like me who's speaking out against this because it's evil, and y'all getting mad at me because y'all think I'm speaking out of them because I'm some Uncle Tom. I'm trying to tap dance for the white person. No, I stand for, what about that white Jesus pray to? I don't pray to no white Jesus. I don't know who told y'all that, but you assume that. But no, I don't pray to a white Jesus or anything like, no, absolutely not. And no, am I no Hebrew Israelite or no 5% or anything like. I follow Christ. What does he look like? I don't know. Do y'all know what he looked like? No, you don't. You going based off of what Michelangelo or whoever it was painted what he felt did Jesus look like. But no, no. Jesus is not going to be over in no dang on Africa and be pale as the moon. I know, folks. I know y'all see. What about that picture you got right there? I understand. Look, somebody did that as a great gesture, and I appreciate that. I know what they're getting at. But what I'm saying is this. It does not matter what he looks like. What matters is what he did. And what matters is what he is doing. Christian men, Christian women, ministers of God, of the true God. We're not cowering to this. We're calling this stuff out as it is. You cannot serve two masters. You would love one and hate the other one. Period. I don't hate people that's in Black Lives Matter. I hate the master that they're serving because I see what he's doing to them. Black folks, keep on going at this rate. What's going to end up happening? You're going to be forgotten, because there is some illegals that comes into this country that's going to end up being the one that they're going to put their focus on. And while we're steady killing each other and steady killing our babies and all that, we're going to be small. You think 13% is smaller the population in all America? We're going to be less than that. We're going to be less than that, especially at the rate that we're going right now. And if we continue to buy into this nonsense that they're doing to us, why would somebody encourage you to kill? Why would somebody encourage you to kill your baby? Why would somebody encourage you not to have a nuclear family? Why would they encourage that? Why would they encourage? Because if you encourage not to have a nuclear family, then what you're doing is disrupting a natural process called giving birth to a child. What you can possibly disrupt is something called a family to keep us together strong as a community. Why are we the focus? Why? Why? Ask yourself that. Why do they get mad if you don't want to join? Why? I'm sitting there giving straight out valid points, true points, and none of them will sit down and talk to me and try to debunk what I'm saying with no facts. They will not do it, because here's the thing. Once you call them out on being evil, once you call them out on work with spirits, they're not going to shut it down. She sat there and told us. And if she's one of the heads of this, what do you think everybody else that's going to fall under there is going to be like? So I'm sorry, Christian folks, if you've been a part of Black Lives Matter, I tried to tell y'all that it's founded on evil. She's sitting here telling y'all that they sit there and call upon resurrecting a spirit, different things like that. She told you about these entities. And if you look up the thing that they actually do, this Yoruba, whatever it is, look into it. Don't take my word for it. Look into it for yourself, child. Okay, with that being said, folks, let me know what y'all think. Y'all know what I'm going to tell y'all to do. Leave it in the comments below after this video. If you enjoy what I've been doing on this channel, what I've been doing thus far, if you want to support the channel, you can. Great. If you don't, great. The link is in the description. What you do, scroll down. You're going to see like Teespring stuff, but keep on scrolling down till you see those emojis. Those are different ways that you can donate. If you want to send a gift, and I can display it up here, that's also in the link in the description, okay? Giving this video a thumbs up allows it to be circulated. I appreciate if you did that. Leaving a comment, either if you said great, not great, don't agree, disagree. Leaving a comment also allows this to be pushed out, to be circulated. And folks, it is completely up to you. If you are scared to talk to your family about these facts that I just spoke to you about, of what the lady said herself, and you don't want to start them with your family, just show them the video, share it with them and say, what do you think about this? Don't just share it with them and say, what do you think about this? Do not be scared to stand up for what's right. If you sat there in front of me and you saw somebody calling me the N-word, would you stand up for me, or would you shut up? Or would you be worried about what your family might think? What, you don't stand up for that black guy? So my point is, it ain't about the fact that somebody called me the N-word. It's about you standing up for what is right, period. So share it, folks, and I appreciate it. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you through Jesus. What is going on, folks? Appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor. If you're trying to get to the next reaction video that I did after this video, it's right here. But if you're trying to get to my own personal stuff where I do a lot of comedy things that make you laugh, can help brighten your day, then you click right here, all right? And if you want to subscribe to this channel, you forgot to, get to know who I am first, all right, then you're going to click right here to lead you into this subscription. Make sure you hit the bell notifications to get notified anytime I post a video, all right? Peace.